اللهم صل على سيدنا يا مبارك.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال الله جل جلاله في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد: قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون. صدق الله العظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. चमक तुझसे बातें हैं सब पाने वाले, चमक तुझसे बातें हैं सब पाने वाले, मेरा दिल भी चमका दे चमकाने वाले. Ultimate praise be to the one who is upholding the skies without any pillars, the absolute creator of all, the most powerful, the most kind. Peace, blessings and endless salutations be upon the coolness of our eyes, the purpose of our lives, the one and only who has been given the authority to distribute the mercy of Allah to whoever He wants, whenever He wants and however He wants. Sallallahu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. After praising the Almighty Allah and sending endless salutations upon Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, respected ulama, my very honorable, respected father, elders, brothers and sisters that are present, we are very fortunate tonight that alhamdulillah every single one of us from wherever you have traveled from have united and are sat under the roof of this masjid on one name. That name, as you and I have been hearing over and over again, Imam Ahmed Raza, Mujaddid-e-Deen wa Millat, Markaz-e-Nigah-e-Nabuwat, Asha Imam Ahmed Raza Khan, Barelvi alayhi rahmah. The topic that was allocated to me is Ala Hazrat and his translation of the Qur'an. I feel I'm not worthy of speaking on this topic, and in particular in the time that I've been allocated, it's virtually impossible for me to speak about the matchless translation that Ala Hazrat has left for me and you. Every topic, every science, ulum-e-shar'iyya, that is studied, the purpose of that, whichever topic, whichever subject that you study, the reason for that is so that you can ultimately understand the Qur'an. Yani the mambai and the central point of all knowledge, Islamic sacred knowledge, is to tool you, to equip you to understand the Qur'an. As the Qur'an is the kalam of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. The Qur'an is in Arabic. And this is just a very, very short tamheed, an introduction, before I give you one or two examples, as time is very limited. And I take myself as, not just on my own, but with all the 6, 7 ulama that are present, we are hosting you brothers today. There's no mehman here today, there's no mehman khususi, and there's no main, as you would say, the main man. And the main men are you. So very briefly, the Qur'an is in Arabic. Those brothers that are familiar and my honorable sisters that are studying the Arabic language, you know that one word in Arabic may have many meanings. One word, the Arabic language is so fasih and baligh. Okay, one word can have many meanings to it. Therefore, it's vital and it's important that when a person translates the Qur'an, he brings that word which will aid and help in glorifying Allah. A word that will support the concept of defending the honor of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. The person translating the Qur'an, the translator should bring such a word that will support and defend the awliya kiram. Therefore, it's vital for somebody who translates the Qur'an to have a matchless command on the Arabic language. And also, it's a criteria and it's vital and important for the translator to have an excellent command on the language he's trying to translate. So two things. One, an excellent command on the Arabic language, as the Qur'an is in Arabic, and then an excellent command on the language that he's translating into. When we look at these few points, and when we analyze the translations of the Qur'an that are out in the market, we have to say without any reservation, we have to say without a second choice, that it is no doubt the translation that Imam Ahmed has left for us in the form of Kanzul Iman. That is a matchless and that is one of the best translations found in the Urdu language. And the reason for that is what my honorable ulama have mentioned and what inshallah Shaykh Asran will mention, that Imam Ahmed was an expert of the sciences of Islam, wrote over 500 books. The Fatawa, poetry, Allah Hazrat's in-depth knowledge of Sharia, the ulama have mentioned. So because of Allah Hazrat having such an in-depth knowledge of Islam, command on the Arabic language, matchless command on the Urdu language, this equals Kanzul Iman to be one of the best translations of the Quran. When you think, in fact, I'll move on, I'll give you an example. And I'm going to try to compare some of the translations that we have. And I want every single one of you, my brothers and sisters, those that have been, those that will go, and those that will travel with me, inshallah, in March or April when I go to Haramain Sharifain, I want to tell you that when you go to Haramain Sharifain, Hajj or Umrah, they give you a free translation of the Qur'an. They give you a commentary of the Qur'an. When you tell the brother or sister that's traveling with you in your group, you say, unna na tarjuma. They say, Imam Sahib, koni muft dene na. Don't worry, muft na, it's free. Are, my respected brothers and sisters, if somebody was to offer you poison and say to you, it's free, you take it. Tell me, time for you to talk now, because a sort of speaker, public speaker that I am, I like my audience to speak, so tell me. No. You will not take it. Even if it's £1,000. Why? Jaan pyari hai. Kyun? Jaan is pyari, your life is precious. Lekin aaya Muslimano, the iman of a believer is more precious than his own life. So by reading the tarjamas, tafsir of those Say Subhanallah. Say Subhanallah. What will happen? By reading the tarjama, the tafsir of the deviant individual, what will happen? You will lose your iman. And I'm going to give you some examples to back what I say. So if you have a pen and paper, write down the references. Go and check it with the translation of the Qur'an that you have at home. Some people say it's only the translation of the Qur'an. What you have to understand, my honorable brother, a point to understand, that any translation of the Qur'an is not the Qur'an. Any translation of the Qur'an, it's not the Qur'an. It's an interpretation to the meanings of the Qur'an. And every mutarjim, every translator will try his level best to translate it according to his own intellect. Let's check the intellect of, say Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Let's start by saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It's a different discussion if this is the verse of the Qur'an, if it's part of the Qur'an, ulama, and it's not the topic today. But we'll start with all of you loudly. And because my topic is the translation, I'm not very good at Urdu normally, but I'm going to make an attempt. So if there's any shortcomings, do forgive me, inshallah. Do forgive me, inshallah. Speak less because time is very limited. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We find the translation of Mahmudul Hasan Deobandi. What does he translate Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim as? शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो बेहद मेहरबान और निहायत रहम वाला है. Move on to the next tarjama of the Quran done by Ashraf Ali Thanvi साहब. शुरू करता हूँ अल्लाह के नाम से जो बड़े मेहरबान और निहायत रहम वाले हैं. What does hadith, what do the ulum dictate to us? What do we learn from Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam? कि हर अच्छे काम से पहले, the concept of Bismillah is what can you read Bismillah before anything you do? For what reason? That Allah showers His barakah and mercy and blessings in that action of yours. लेकिन महमूदुल हसन देवबंदी is saying कि शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से. अशरफ अली थानवी is saying शुरू करता हूँ अल्लाह के नाम से. अरे इमाम अहले सुन्नत, what's your tarjama? I say Subhanallah. Imam Ahmed Raza says Allah के नाम से. Allah के नाम से. The first word of the translation is what? Allah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah के नाम से शुरू जो बड़ा मेहरबान और निहायत रहम करने वाला है. Say Subhanallah. Next example. Many translations. लेकिन अरे मुसलमानों, my brothers and sisters, these ulama, when they speak about defending the aqidah, we're living in such sad times that people say ए फसाद करने. What's happened in Peshawar? On this platform today, alhamdulillah, we condemn that act. What's happening in the United Kingdom? We are the Ahl Sunnah wal Jamaat. Others have taken that title. We're fighting for our title. We're informing and we're telling you, brothers and sisters, that don't be shy of saying the name of Allah Hazrat. Allah Hazrat was a giant of knowledge. He stands tall and cuts above the rest. He stands tall and cuts above the rest. Surah Al-Fatiha, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu says, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. We all read this in our prayer. Let's see what the tarjama says to this. Mahmudul Hasan says, Batala humko seedha rasta. Batala humko seedhi rah. This is the translation of Mahmudul Hasan. Batala humko seedhi rah. Ashraf Ali Thanvi's tarjama, what does he say? Batlaiye humko rasta seedha. Batlaiye humko rasta. बोलो ना केरा रास्ता मादूदी. Big name, eh? People say मादूदी है, पता लगती है. Say Subhanallah. They can have organized organizations. These are our weaknesses, and this is the reason, one of the reasons for British Sunni Forum. No other agenda. agenda. People say about many things people have mentioned. Lekin alhamdulillah, this forum is to unite these shining stars of the Ahl Sunnah. Is to bring them on the platform. Nobody from amongst the ulama has claimed that they are the only stakeholders of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'at. We have other honored, esteemed ulama that are not present here. And inshallah on the 24th of May, you will see a group of another 7 scholars sat here. Madudi Sahib, what does he say? Hame seedhi raah dikha. Hame seedhi raah dikha. Now when you explain this and you look at these translations, you come to understand that they contradict. They contradict. Because Allah Jalla Jalaluhu has mentioned in the Qur'an many times that the Ra, jo rasta hai, Allah informed everybody of that Ra. Hudan linnas. Qur'an, it's Hudan linnas. It's guidance for humanity. Rasta to batlaya hua hai. Are Imam Ahmed Sunnat. Zara Kanzul Iman ka tarjuma padhte hain. Imam Ahmed Sunnat. Right, look at the comprehensive knowledge of Imam Ahl Sunnah. Imam Ahl Sunnah says, Hame seedhi raah chala. Say Subhanallah. Say Subhanallah. I don't have time today to keep saying, say Subhanallah. I prepared my speech today. Say Subhanallah. Allah Hazrat says, हमें सीधी राह चला, दिखा नहीं, दिखाया तो सबको है ना. Imam Ahl Sunnah says, सीधी राह चला. Allah, this is that tarjuma. This is that translation of the Qur'an. This is that understanding and that grift of the Arabic language. Due to the lack of Arabic language, you see many blunders made by other translators. Time is very, and I'm very conscious of the time. I move on to the next example. Say Subhanallah. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 9. Which verse? 9. Brothers at the back, is my voice, can you hear me? Which number? 9. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 9. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu mentions in the Qur'an, يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. This is the verse number 9 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Now let's see how they translated this verse. Mahmudul Hasan Deobandi says कि चलबाजी करते हैं अल्लाह से और ईमान वालों से. चलबाजी करते हैं अल्लाह से और ईमान वालों से. अशरफ अली थानवी साहब translates the verse and says दागाबाजी करते हैं. आऊज़ु बिल्लाह. दागाबाजी करते हैं अल्लाह से और ईमान वालों से. Madudi Sahib translates verse number 9 of Surah Al-Baqarah and he says अल्लाह से और ईमान वालों से जो धोखा करते हैं. Madudi says अल्लाह से और ईमान वालों से जो धोखा करते हैं. Muslim brothers and sisters present, what is dhokha? What is fraud? Manipulating somebody, tricking them. You call somebody to your, not you, a person invites somebody to their house for food, puts poison in the food and kills him off. उसने उसको धोखे से बुलाया, बुला के खाना खिला के खाने में जहर डाल दिया. ये धोखा होता है ना, मैनिपुलेटिंग, ट्रिकिंग. तो इनके तर्जुमों में तो ये लिखा हुआ है. Those are saying that Quran सिर्फ तर्जुमा ही है ना. We're comparing. It's not only the tarjuma. If you continue, your iman is in danger. Now let's ask Imam Ahmed Sunnah. Subhanallah. Say Subhanallah. Yet to come is Shaykh Asrar. Say Subhanallah. And it feels like that you are only thake baithe. There's से साल में एक दफा इकट्ठा होना है इंशाल्लाह, every 25th with a different theme इंशाल्लाह. आज तक ये साबित करो कि you're happy, we're rejoicing, we're commemorating, we're celebrating the life of Imam Ahmed Sunnah. Say Subhanallah, all of you. इतना अगले से ठेका नहीं तो क्या Subhanallah कह रहा हूँ. All of you, Subhanallah. The left goes out, Subhanallah. Let's ask Imam Ahmed Sunnah. Surah Baqarah, verse number 9. Let's ask our beloved Imam. Imam Ahmed Sunnah writes कि धोखा देना चाहते हैं, धोखा देना चाहते हैं अल्लाह को, चाहना तो they desire to give धोखा. What did the other say? मादूदी से अल्लाह से और ईमान वालों से वो धोखा देते हैं. But look at the tarjuma where Allah Hazrat is defending the glory of Allah. This is the command in the tarjuma of Kanzul Iman. This is the uniqueness of the tarjuma of Kanzul Iman. In every ayat of the Qur'an, in every verse of the Qur'an that Imam Ahmed Sunnah translates, he thinks about respecting and defending the glory of Allah, thinks about the honor of Muhammadur Rasulullah. वो धोखा देना चाहते हैं, they want to give धोखा, देते नहीं हैं. Allah is pure from that. They can look at the tarjumas of all this. Say Subhanallah. Surah Baqarah, verse number 15. If you pay attention, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the verse, Allahu yastahzi'u bihim wa yamudduhum fi tughyanihim ya'mahun. Surah Baqarah verse. Mahmudul Hasan translates this. Allah. Listen to this carefully. Mahmudul Hasan translates this. Allah unse हंसी करता है. ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. Mahmudul Hasan Deobandi writes, and I'm not going to repeat, Wahidul Zaman Wahabi. What is he writing? अल्लाह उनसे दिल लगी करता है. ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. There is another translator of the Qur'an by the name of Fateh Muhammad Jalandhari. See what he has to say. इन मुनाफिकों से अल्लाह हंसी करता है. This is just Surah Baqarah. This is Surah Baqarah, bearing in mind approximately 6,666 verses of the Qur'an. हंसी करता है, दिल लगी करता है. ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. Who is Allah? Who is Allah? These people think they champion the concept of Tawheed by doing Tawheed conferences. Their predecessors have wrote this as translations of the verses of the Qur'an. Today they say we're the greatest ambassadors of Tawheed. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, the only greatest ambassadors of Tawheed and Risalat is Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. हंसी करना. Who is Allah? Allah is pure. हंसी करना, मजाक करना, this is an attribute of a human. लेकिन even so, if a great alim or a sheikh or a pir tariqat sits with 10-15 people and he does a news talk, people will say, हंसी करना. And I'll speak our own Mirpri, alhamdulillah, because I'm proud to be from Azad Kashmir. Subhanallah. Kashmiri, alhamdulillah. असा अक्सा कि चंगा बंदा इतना बड़ा बंदा हुई क्या है? ये हंसी मजाका करना, मजाका करना है. ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. And when you come to translate the Quran, what are you using? Allah उनसे हंसी करता है, Allah उनसे दिललगी करता है. हौला वला. इमाम अहले सुन्नत what does Kanzul Iman say? Allahu Akbar. Allah उनसे इस्तेहज़ा फरमाता है जैसा उसकी शान के लायक है. नारे तकबीर, नारे रिसालत, नारे हैदरी. अल्लाह उनसे इस्तेहज़ा फरमाता है अपने शान के मुताबिक. This is ishq. This is glorifying and defending the honor. This is the true translation of the Qur'an. Time comes to an end. Subhanallah. Chalo, next year inshallah. I conclude on these words. Wednesday at the Hossein also, inshallah. There's many other verses, inshallah, Shaykh Hazrat, he can indicate towards that, where even the honor of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Recent one that we've seen, we don't want to mention any names because we want to stay positive, inshallah. But recently, the fitna that we saw, this JJ or something, whatever, I don't know what, but even him, when he's translating the verse of the Qur'an, and he talks about the bakhshish of Aka alayhi salatu wasalam, he says the agle pichle gunah. Because he doesn't have the understanding of the verse of the Qur'an, grammatically he misses out the lam, which is the lam sababiyya. Okay, because of you, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we've forgiven the predecessors and the ones to come. Many more ayats of the Qur'an, you've got a little hata, little understanding of it. Therefore, my honorable brothers, don't say muftana takuli khair. अगर वो कोई हम डर नहीं सारे ओ सऊदिया ले तासन है बच्चियों से टॉफ ना दे कितना महंगा कुरान what is this is a big plan to destroy our beliefs, to destroy the framework of our aqidah. 500 rupees, 10-15 pounds, you look at the quality of it, you think subhanallah, lekin what he has inside it, astaghfirullah. So if they were really our faithful friends, they would be giving us toffee for our children. No, they're not. They're destroying your aqidah. They're trying to destroy it. Alhamdulillah, with shuyukh like this, lions like this, there is no issues. My honorable brothers, I take this opportunity to thank everybody from whichever corner of the country you have come from, my sisters, and whichever corner of the world you're watching this program. Because I know it's being live streamed, people in Breli Sharif, alhamdulillah, in Pakistan, around the globe are watching this. I take this honor to thank every single one of you. Today is your day. You Sunnis are all together, sat together. MashaAllah, Shaykh Hazrat, subhanallah, is doing fantastic work in Birmingham. The students from morning till before Fajr, till after Isha, the soldier is teaching. Then we have Allama Nabil Sahib, alhamdulillah, again in Coventry. Not only in Coventry, travels up and down the country to serve the deen. Our beautiful, beloved Allama Qabar Ilyas Sahib, subhanallah, another soldier of Islam, teaching day and night. And Mawlana Ibrahim Shafi Sahib, beautiful personality, Allah Ta'ala bless them. Allama Ahmed Raza, all of these, they're doing their individual work. They can be proud today, saying, okay, these soldiers and these warriors, alhamdulillah, defending the honor of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are all sitting together on one platform. This is for you to be proud of. You may have come just to listen to Shaykh Hazrat, just to listen to Mawlana Shaykh Qamar Ilyas, Ibrahim Shafi Sahib, Allama. Lekin, alhamdulillah, we brought you all together under one roof. May this continue. May Allah protect us from evil eye and nazar, inshallah. Because this is a start of a peaceful revolution, inshallah. I conclude on these words. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept anything weak, anything I said that's weak. It's my own fault. Anything that I've said, it's right. It's the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhiru da'wana. Alhamdulillah.